Hello and welcome back to the New Zealand Henselite singles. This is round 5, and on the TV match we will have Nathan Trowell from Poverty Bay against Steve Fisher from Auckland. The bell will go any second now. There it is. Joining me we have Emma Ludeman from Hawke's Bay. Hello Emma.
Hello, how are you today, Terry?
I'm doing pretty well. Now you've been supporting Tim Veal from Manawatu. He's representing Zone 4.
Yeah.
How do you think he's going to go without your support this game?
Oh, could be a bit touchy. We've been right there the whole time. I'm sure we'll do just fine.
Yeah, he's going pretty good, isn't he? He's currentently topping the leaderboard with 3.5 wins out of the 4 games. The results will be updated on the spreadsheet soon, but I could be wrong here, but I have a feeling that Steve Fisher is in second place.
Yeah.
He's tied with Daniel French and Kyle Waldron. I think it's in that order based on the number of ends. But yeah, like I say, we can update you when we see the spreadsheet.
They did read it out earlier, but none of us were paying attention, so we missed it.
That's not what I was going with. So yeah, we've just seen Nathan Trowell on the televised match.
Yeah.
And he went down to Daniel French. I think it was 17-9 in the end. The score did blow out at the end, but Nathan made Daniel work really hard.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll see a pretty even match here.
He always keeps his composure, always calm, collective, doesn't stress out.
He's got a pretty solid stance too. I notice a lot of the Poverty Bay juniors sort of have adopted that style, or very similar to it. It keeps them quite stable, and they just have that nice arm movement, not a whole lot of body movement, which I think is quite ideal.
Mm.
Yep, Steve's just continuing to build the head there. I imagine Nathan would follow him down. That'll give him a pretty good bowl. Oh, have I called it wrong again?
You have.
First call of the game. Maybe he's looking for some position. No, he's doubling up in the blue. That's pretty good, isn't it? He's sort of blocking that shot, but Steve can go that same way. That'll be the backhand, and he'll just be looking to draw the jack off, and if he does it well, he'll get 2. It's got a nice line.
It's coming really nice. He's just going to
swung
dodge
a lot.
it.
Is it going to sit down? No, it's staying on that angle. I imagine that'll be 1 blue to Nathan. So Steve lost his first game to Tim, is that right?
He did. He had a good start. I think he was sort of 6-0 in the first 4, but Tim just ended up getting the match.
Yeah, he's certainly pulled away in those last couple of ends.
Yeah, for sure.
But he's bounced back. I mentioned in the game before, in round 4, that even if you go down in your first game or early on in the round robin, you still have every chance of coming away with a win.
Yeah.
And Steve's on track for that. You know, he's still keeping up with the play. He's currently sitting in second place, like I said. Nathan's started off well again. In a bit of a groove, isn't he?
Yeah, he's finding his way.
Sure, you've probably heard a little bit about Steve from that first round, but just in case we have some new viewers, Steve was runner-up in the national singles in 2017, and he then got the men's singles jobs for the North Island team for a couple of years, and he got a medal in 2019. So he's no stranger to singles success. And again, you've probably heard this already, but Nathan Trowell, while only young, he's got a really good record as well in that junior level, but everyone knows not to take him lightly. You know, he's a solid bowler, not just a good junior bowler, but just a good bowler in his own right. That was Steve.
Oh, gee God. It's not starting off great.
But Steve's good too.
Steve is good too.
I might call the wrong shot, but at least I've got
I
the right
told
bowler.
you, I'm going to get my colours mixed up. My words mixed up. It's not going to be great.
You can only go up from here. It wasn't far away from Nathan. It does make it hard for Steve to get a second shot. You can just draw to that shot orange. Even on the other hand, he could swing right around. That's a big green out there. He's just looking to draw to his orange. He's not far away.
It's pretty good shot from Steve there.
Perfect shot.
Yep, good too.
Don't undersell it. That was amazing.
No, that was way too good.
So that should make it 2-1 to Steve after 2. So this hall's been around for quite some time, but the floor itself is new. I remember playing in this hall when I played back in my North Wellington days.
Okay.
So I would have been a young junior back then, playing in a rep match. Don't have much more to add to that.
I've never played here, never knew it was here.
Do Hawke's Bay have some games with Wairere?
No, I don't think we do. We play a lot with further down the line Bush Rohini.
Yeah.
But I don't think we actually have any, or not that I've been involved in so far.
Yeah, Nathan's drawn a really good position bowl there, but Steve can still trail that jack. Sure. He could just look for an overdraw weight. It'll be interesting to see what he does here. He's a very good draw bowler, as we just saw in that last end.
As we did. And he'll get it.
Yep, he's got it. Very good. I think Nathan will probably follow that same track. He can sort of wriggle in there himself, and those oranges might sort of sit out. Just had an update. Thank you, Stephen Grant, Marlborough. He's here supporting Brian Booker, and it's my eyes and ears this game. So it is 2-0 to Kyle Waldron. Who's he playing? Emma?
Oh, I can't see. Oh, over there.
Bring up your spreadsheet, that'll help us. 1-0 to Tim.
He is playing Brian Booker.
Brian Booker.
Booker? Is it not good now? Oh, it's not good now.
And who's Tim playing?
Tim is playing...
Oh, that was unlucky from Steve. You just saw he drew up to one of his shot oranges and it sat out the other one. Makes it a little bit easier for Nathan, because if he comes down into that split, doesn't need much, just over the draw. That orange will now move away, whereas before it was locked in. Even if he's a touch wide, he might just draw his blue in that little bit, and that will be good enough for shot as well. Got a nice green, and you need that big green out there. By the looks, it does come back beautifully weighted. Well played. Might have a really good tight game on our hands. So far, so good. So Tim is playing Kim McKenzie and is 1-0. Sorry, yep, Tim is 1-0 up. Daniel French is 2-0 up against
Len Hayward.
Les Hayward. Usually we've just had some latest updates while we were figuring that out.
Oh, it's too much.
We should write down who they're playing. I'll leave that with you. And the score between Nathan and Steve will now be 2-2 after 3. Nathan's setting himself up really well. 2 back bowls. I guess it's sort of the aim in singles. If you're not close, then you're behind. Short bowls don't tend to go too well. He could play this either hand. He's sticking to the forehand. He can keep a similar weight to his last 2. Again, just looking for the jack or the shot orange. He can go narrow and sort of split them out. But the jack is probably ideal. Oh, he was so close to. Lovely weight again. Steve will definitely be looking to cover these now. And he's done it pretty well. Nathan does still have that same opportunity, but Steve's just probably made it so that he can't play it however he wants to, if that makes sense. He just needs to be that little bit more careful with his weight so that it doesn't pop all the way back out.
No.
Surprise! I suppose maybe he was just backing himself on the draw there.
A little bit more weight probably would have been.
He'd had 3 sort of similar bowls. Yeah. Maybe he just wanted to change it up, see if he could just draw it. Unfortunately, it just came up short. I'd back Steve to get a bonus shot here. Bonus shots from games. I'm not sure if that's made the cut, but it could. Be interesting. It's pulled out. Oh, did he pull out 2 there?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like it might have just been 2. Hopefully we'll get confirmation from the marker.
Not in time.
Okay, I'll see if I can find that out. Oh, look, it's in the background.
Yeah, so just
Good spotting, Emma.
I'm on to it, me.
Yep, so 4-2 to Steve after 4. He did that really good bonus shot on the second end. So I definitely backed him to get a 3rd bonus shot there, but it wasn't far away, he just sort of slipped past. Okay, I'll give you guys another update. So Daniel is 4-1 up over Les Hayward. Kyle is 8-2 up over Brian Booker. And Tim... Been given 2 different names for this one, so this is interesting.
I'm sure it's Tim and Ken.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's Tim. Yep, I've just got a Tim and Ken oops message. It's all good, Stephen. Thanks for your help. So Tim and Ken are 4-all. Just having a chat to Tim before, actually, and he saying how he's going really well. I asked who he's got this afternoon, and he said he had Ken, French, and who else did he have?
I think he's got all the South Island, or most of the South Island people. We played most of the North this morning.
He's already played Brian.
Last
has
game.
He got Kyle, has he? That rings a bell.
Kyle and him in last game.
No matter where you look, I mean, you're going to get a tough game anyway. But
when
you read out those names, you're just thinking, wow, what a big day Bells. He's already had a few tough games, and they just keep coming.
They do. I guess it's part of the competition, though, isn't it? It's
absolutely
for sure the Henselite singles, so you're not gonna have an easy game.
And it's a great challenge, no one. I mean, we probably joke about how we wish bowls was easy, but we probably wouldn't take. We'd take those good bowls for granted if it was. So a challenge is always good.
Yeah. Brings out the best in you, I think. When you have to actually focus, or the worst.
But no, for these guys, definitely the best. They love it. But no, Tim was very aware that I think Ken hasn't won a game yet, but he was also very aware that he's more than capable.
Yeah, you can't
of
write that
getting
off,
a
eh?
win. Absolutely.
You can't go to the mat. Oh, great bowl there by Nathan.
Yes, under
He's
pressure
got
too.
a shot there.
Yep, that should be a blue.
Great save.
Yeah.
To be 3-4 after 5.
So another update for the games. Kyle is 8-3 over Brian. Daniel is 5-1 over Les. I'm sure we'll get another update soon for Tim and Ken. Really good opening bowl from Steve. It's pretty quiet, pretty quiet here at the hall. You know, everyone's pretty focused. There are some spectators around, but it's mostly helpers, isn't it, from Wairarapa?
Yeah.
So a big thank you to those people.
Yeah, they've
Giving
put
up
on
their
some
Saturday.
lovely food, always stocked up on the tea and coffee, and
Absolutely.
pretty warm and welcoming group of people.
Steve just played another really good bowl. If I were playing, I'd be looking on the forehand, just looking for some movement of that front orange. It should sort of open up the head, move those oranges. Nope, he's on the back. Commentating is hard, people.
Oh,
But I'd imagine it's a very similar shot to what I've called, just on the different hand. No, he's going through the split, is he? Into that one. Oh, that's pretty good. It's pretty good too. And it set himself up really well, although I do imagine Steve will have something to say about that. Now there's two options here, and I'm going to let you call it.
I'd probably be drawing round.
So Steve's forehand.
Yeah, on his
Looking
forehand,
to
sort
lock
of.
in some oranges.
Yeah, and sit in there so Nathan can't come on the backhand in the split, or
Yeah.
sort of lock it in together a bit
He could
more.
draw the backhand himself and draw the split. So again, there are two options. What's he going to go for? I think he might be drawing into the split unless he's looking to just sort of cover those blues, and you know, he might not want to set anything up. And he's pushed him in closer. Do you think maybe he might just be holding one now? Hard to tell.
It's hard to tell on this angle.
Especially
I would
when
favour
Nathan's in the
2,
way,
I think.
Yeah, it could be directly in behind. Bit of a split action there.
Yeah.
If he plays it with the right angle, could get both of those oranges, you know. His bowl will take out that front orange, the blue that he's colliding into. Could take out the back orange. It's played in really nice weight. Very good.
That's
Very
a great
good
bowl
shot.
from Nathan.
I think those blues will go. I don't know that there'll be much jack movement. If there is, it's only sort of popping back, maybe as far as the corner of the square, and I think that's even quite far. Yep, there it is, Steve.
That's
Thank
what he's
you.
going for.
That's the one we're talking about. On the backhand, I'd imagine they could go. He could get a bundle here. It's pretty safe. Good weight. Perfect. Yeah. So not quite as far as the corner of the square. Like I said, it was
No,
a bit far
not
back,
far
but
though.
is that 2?
Could be 3.
I wonder if he played a bit more weight, maybe that blue would have gone out that bit further, but also maybe the jack might have moved a bit further as well. So they've pulled out one by the looks, and they're measuring for a second. While they're doing that, I'll give you another score update around the hall. So Kyle over Brian Booker is 8-4 up. Daniel French 6-1 up over Les Hayward. And I think Ken McKenzie is 7-5 up over Tim.
Yeah.
And Emma has kindly written down an update of the overall standings. So, like we said, Tim is on 3.5 wins out of the 4 games, and he has 37.5 ends. Steve is in second place on a countback event, so he's got 3 wins with 35 ends. French has 3 wins with 32.5 ends, and Kyle has 3 wins with 30 ends. Just if anyone's interested.
It's very close though.
Very close. I don't expect the winner to have gone through undefeated. I know that Tim's on track for that, but I mean, if he does, congratulations. But
Calling it early?
It's that kind of field and that sort of format that, yeah, I would expect there to be a loss somewhere for the winner. And I haven't had a good look at the draw, but I think, Tim might have beaten Kyle, but then Kyle beat Steve, that sort of domino
I think
effect.
if they carry on this way, the last game between Tim and Kyle could be pretty interesting.
Yes. Do they play each other last?
Yeah, they do.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So this is Hamish Duncan here from Upper Hutt. He's umpiring today. Thank you very much, Hamish. And I've just had word that his wife Lisa Duncan is also umpiring, so thank you very much, guys. It's awesome to have, it's hard to run an event without good umpires, so...
Always need umpires on hand. And it's something that I think as time goes on and players listen, we're also listening in umpires.
It's a good observation.
Yeah. I know in Hawke's Bay we've only got a handful, so for tournaments and stuff we struggle to have some umpires on hand.
We're really lucky in the Waikato. Of course, we're always looking for umpires and things. I think if I had a steady hand, I'd put my hand up, but I'm awful. But yeah, we're very lucky. We've got a good number of umpires, and they're all very good as well. I don't mean to say that there are any bad umpires out there, because of course they're all appreciated. And it's not an easy job. It's a thankless job.
It is.
But yes, I'm just very, I don't know, Waikato pride, I guess.
Mighty Waikato.
Yeah, they just seem to do a magnificent job, and they get a lot of praise from around our neighbouring centres. So we shout out to them. Was it drawn, was it, or what happened? Emma?
I think I saw a 3-down signal from Nathan, but I'm not entirely sure.
The scoreboard in the background
is 6-3.
Which means it was 2.
2. Good maths.
So that line was good. He's just pulled up short. He has done that a few ends, but in saying that, he's obviously winning the game, so he can't be doing too much wrong.
Good line from Nathan, yeah?
Yep. While he's 3 down, he is still playing some really good bowls. As expected, from anyone in the field. Yeah, great second bowl from Steve. That was
Great reply.
Confidently played. Again, Nathan's got that good position. I'm sure as the game goes on, he'll probably capitalise on that more and more, if given the chance. Steve has been covering them pretty well.
And there he goes again.
Yep. Sort of like deja vu of that last end, couple ends back. So, Ken McKenzie is now 10-5 up over Tim. Daniel is 8-1 up over Les, and Kyle is 11-6 up over Brian. So Nathan's changed it a bit here. That's really good for his next bowl, but we'll see what Steve does first. Opposition tend to change it for you.
They do. You have a good idea what you're going to do, great shot lined up, they go and change it.
I imagine he'd still play the same shot. It just won't have as good a result because Steve's put a really good position bowl in there. Stephen Grant in the background having a look at scores. God, he's good. Oh, is he just sneaking under? Is he going to get an edge? That's all right.
So, I think it's still
Mighty
one
got
orange.
unlucky. Got a couple of wee edges in there. Beautiful weight though.
Yeah.
Yep, so another 1 to Steve by the looks. Make it 7-3 to Steve. Played 7. So we're coming up to the halfway mark.
Seems like a long game.
I was just going to say that time flies. They are 15 ends. Oh, buckle in, Emma. We're still going. Yep, so we're starting off with a position bowl now.
Nathan has got that line on their hand pretty down packed.
It's not far away, Nathan A. He's just not
quite there.
Converting. Steve has been playing, the second and third bowl really well.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty good bowl. He's holding the shot. But I think it'll give Steve more confidence this time. He won't be short again.
No.
He didn't like it, judging by the look on his face.
Great outcome.
He probably likes it now, though. That's sitting in a really good spot,
Makes
too.
it quite tricky for Nathan.
Yeah. I'm going to say, probably going to get it wrong, that he just pretty much has to draw. Not quite to the spot, it's probably a touch far back, but in line with the spot.
Yeah.
Just looking for a big bowl. Give yourself a chance.
He was in there for the last bowl, yeah.
Nope, he's not going to. That's fine. Maybe he's looking to free it up and then draw to it, which is also a good way to go.
Maybe try in the split there.
Yeah, okay.
So
That's
he'll
a really good
draw.
bowl.
Try and draw to it next bowl.
Yeah, and I agree with that actually. I'm going back and I take
Taking
back
your
what
word
I
back.
said because Steve could have negated my last bowl shot. Whereas how it sits, while he might be 3 down, there's plenty of room.
Good opportunity to draw in there.
While he could definitely cut it down, I think he needs to be looking to score this end. It's an opportunity to score. So he'll be
Cut it a
disappointed
little
with
bit.
that. A really good green. Could be 3 here. He set it up so well with his third bowl
did.
too. I do, just going back to that sort of discussion around that third bowl, I guess an unwritten rule would be that whatever you're doing with your third bowl, you need to give yourself a chance with the last. So
be there.
a third bowl is really important in singles.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people say that. I still like to think that every bowl is important. But I suppose if you're going to choose one, that third one is because you're setting yourself up.
You can move something and
for-
still have a last bowl to draw to it.
Or say if you've got a good head, that third bowl is, tightening it up and really sewing up the head. That was a good end. Good end
That
for
was
Steve.
3 for Steve. Makes it 10-3 now.
Kyle is 11-7 up, and Daniel 8-3, and Ken 10-7. So those are our 3 leaders at the moment. They're keeping their noses in front. Good opener from Steve. Yep, so Steve's been doing this really well, as we've seen throughout the game. He's getting one close and he's chucking in a back bowl.
Yeah.
It's in a pretty good rhythm there. This time, oh, great bowl.
Just
Very
touched
good.
it.
It's a great spot. What do you do if you're Steve?
I would personally be following where Nathan was and trying to sort of... Oh,
I
we're
would
not good at
personally
this.
do that.
Oh, well, you should have called it. You would have got
The
one
one
right.
time I was right. So I wouldn't have quite done that, but I would have just... Well, I'm sure Steve is still trying. But, just looking to sneak past that orange. Nathan could sort of draw the jack through there. If he'd drawn on the forehand, Nathan would probably still have that shot. Oh, very good bowl. Probably a touch unlucky of where it's landed, but still a very good bowl. Steve could either draw this or he could roll those oranges in. There are two to roll in. You'd probably roll the one that's on the left, but otherwise he'll just look to draw. He has been drawing really well.
Yeah. I think he'd back himself to draw one.
Trying to hedge my bets here and call it as if it's not just...
Just call every option you can see, you'll get one right.
And not lean towards one.
Yeah.
I think that's the key to commentating. Good commentating. Oh, he's building a wall. That's what he's doing. Is that too blue, do you think? It's really hard to tell, isn't it?
It's hard to tell. I would favour 2 blue, but I doubt that's what's actually the
I
case.
think either way, you could just draw that.
You
And
could
if
draw
move it,
that.
Yeah, if you move it an inch, not even an inch, you've got 3. There is, of course, a split on the other hand, but it's just... Yeah, the draw's the better option here.
Picking up 3 would be a good end here for Nathan.
Absolutely. It's right back in it. It's got a good line.
Pretty good line.
Sneak past the oranges.
Oh.
Hopefully that's probably bad commentating, hopefully if I'm speaking on behalf of Nathan, I guess where I'm going with that, he'll be holding 2. Could be a measure though.
I think Steve pointed that he favoured orange, so it could be fairly close.
So they're taking that one out. While they're doing that, I'll check on the other scores. So, 10-8 to Ken over Tim. They've played 10 ends. 11-8 to Kyle over Brian. They've also played 10 ends. And 9-3 to Daniel over Liz, and they have played 9 ends.
Oh, I missed that. I'm not sure who got the shot there.
Steve. Oh, Steve, yep. So he pulls away that little bit further. 11-3 now.
Yes.
After 9. Steve also has a national peers title, I think, from 2012. Sure, it was in Chicago.
Rings a bell, but I can't be certain.
He's got many achievements to his name. I'm not going to know all of them. But he's definitely a very good bowler. He was more known for his team game. He's a very good, a skip player, pairs, fours. That's where I'd usually seen him. But just like I say, since that sort of 2017 when he got runner-up in the national singles, that's sort of become his game. Very good bowl by Nathan, just sneaking around that orange. Steve, look for a bit of movement here. You can sort of go onto the orange.
Pushing that orange through a little bit.
Some jack. Probably wasn't the result he was after, but he had really good weight by the looks of that. If we're just looking in the background, Jenny Veal made a gesture as if it was all square, so maybe Tim's back in the Tim Ken game.
Yeah.
Just
got a nod from Tracy. It's all square in the Tim game.
Oh, good. Lots of helpers around the hall. Yeah, Tim looks pretty focused over there. So, is Steve going to do? He is 11-3 up, so he doesn't really need to... I mean, he could come down through that channel and replace that shot bowl. Otherwise, he could just draw and...
It's drawing pretty nicely in there, and I feel like he'd back himself to try and draw, but then again...
Yeah, and because he's 11-3 up, he doesn't need to be chasing points as such. Of course, ends are important though. But he can just play smart here and keep it tight. If he did go down through the channel, I suppose the risk would be being that little bit wide, and he could push another blue in for Nathan. And of course, this is his last bowl, so he won't want to be dropping a 3 here. I could be wrong. He seems as if he's lining up for the channel, but I could be wrong. Yep. Not the channel. I think he was looking for the outside orange to take both those blues. Yes, they must have been...
They don't look on from here, but they must have been.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you going to call for this one, Terry?
You can draw that. Which hand, though? Is this one sitting down, or is it
I don't think it's sitting down, no. I think it's on the roll.
I don't think it matters now, because he's gone the other hand. Is he lined up for not a draw?
Oh.
So
He's going for the channel.
Inside off.
Ooh. Not quite what he was...
Not sure if he was looking for that edge off the front blue, maybe more than that blue. It's not gone well, though, but, you know, he is chasing points a little bit. And like I said, I don't know who was holding before that shot. If he was holding one, I think there was room for maybe going for a second on the draw. And 5-11 after 10 wouldn't have been
the probably
worst.
would have been.
Yep, sometimes, you know, it's easy to want to catch up really quickly, but you've just got to pace yourself over those 15 ends.
And you'd rather pick up a 1 or a 2 than potentially miss something like that and drop some bigger numbers.
Really good bowl here. Oh, it just dived.
Dived.
I'm not sure.
Dived.
Swung.
We're getting the shake of disapproval from Neil here.
Ever since Neil came to sit down, it's just extra pressure, you know. Yep, so Steve's just doing what he does best, building that head. He's done that really well this game. I think the score sort of reflects that, you know, just consistent bowls in the head. Here comes Nathan. Beautiful bowl. I imagine it'll get picked off pretty quickly, but it's a great temporary shot. Yeah, it's on track. Great shot from Steve. Now,
Daniel's just done a big stand up in front of us and balls have gone everywhere.
it was in front of us and I still missed it.
Yeah.
Blink of an eye and it's gone. So Nathan was looking, I think, to follow Steve down. It's not the worst. I know it might look as if he didn't do much, but it does set him up that if he went to do something similar, that Jack could squeeze out to those 2 blues. He could get a couple.
Steve's just going to put another one in there.
And of course, yep, so that's still on. And now if he's wide, those
probably made it a
oranges
little
will
bit.
go. Yeah, just visually, it's a bit easier.
Yeah, bigger target.
Yeah. Close.
Got it pretty good.
Oh, lovely
Great
bowl.
shot there from Nathan.
So that should be 2 blue. So Nathan making the score. Oh, I'm going to hold my tongue there. Was that 1 or 2, Emma?
Oh, Donald will do a signal. 2.
Yep, so that's 5-13 to Steve. Played 11. I'm sure you guys are wondering how the other games are going.
I'm wondering.
So Ken has his nose in front over Tim once again, so it's 11-10. Played 12. Daniel is 10-5 up over Les, and Kyle is 14-8 over Brian. Sharon mentioned the bags of mushrooms that have been donated for people to take home.
Mushrooms?
Yeah, I think, is there a mushroom farm? Is that a thing?
I think so. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we've got a few down in Hawke's Bay, a few mushroom farms.
And I said before the day ends I'll be grabbing myself one of those, and I didn't even have to because Sharon kindly brought one over to me.
She's just too good.
Yeah, it's a lot of mushrooms, and I'm looking forward to that. Wonder if we've got a kitchen in our unit. I could cook some up for Bricky.
We've got one in ours, so I'm sure you've got one for yours.
Oh, now my tummy's rumbling.
Thinking about mushrooms for breakfast.
Look at Nathan's head. This is really turned around. If he can hold on to this end, we could have a game on our hands. Well, unfortunately, he's set up
Created quite a split.
Yeah.
And I feel like Steve's going to be
I feel like he can't miss here. I'm
pretty
saying
big
that just
target.
because if he's wide, the orange-blue's pushing the jack out to the left of our screen. If he's narrow, it's going to push back to his orange one, or just past. Like I say, there's three options there, all with a similar weight. And he got one of the ones I didn't...
You caught a few, and that was not one of them.
I thought I couldn't miss. But hey, he was in that right area. At least he played the right hand, to what I call. Now, if Nathan sucks the jack into those blues, which...
Just like this.
Oh, yeah,
That
that's
is
so good.
pretty good.
Steve can still look for that orange, though. It's
Yeah.
pretty much a similar shot, isn't it, to what he's just played. I imagine that the jack will move back to his orange.
I think if it moves...
He could play it slightly narrower this time. No, he's going on the forehand just to go direct onto the blue. I was going to say that.
Were you?
That's cool. So he can just tap that back to the back orange.
Oh, he's just a bit too wide.
The crowd seems as if they were riding that ball.
Yeah.
We heard a few people holding their breath. 2 to blue, I imagine. Yep. 7-13 after 12. So he is on a bit of a comeback here, but
He
at the
is.
same time there's only 3 ends left. But 6 points in 3 ends is very achievable. There's also 3 minutes on the clock, so they'll
Could
need to
be
be
a
pretty
little
speedy.
bit of a panic.
Speed
Some
bowls.
power bowls.
Well, do you think they can get 2 ends in?
Oh, maybe. As long as there's no measure or anything in this end, they'll be good to go. How are we going on the other games if this could potentially be the last end?
Good.
We've
good
just
thinking.
got this one here. So Daniel is
10-7.
10-7 up over Les.
Tim is now 13-11 up over Ken, so that has been quite a game over there. And Kyle has pulled away to 16-8 over Brian.
Tim's game will have one more end after this, I would think.
It's quite a big draw out there, isn't it?
It is.
Which is
Turn in.
great because you can,
You can use
the
that.
best draw shots I
Yeah.
reckon are played with those big wide
Yeah.
hands. You can play just about anything.
And get into any little.
But in
little
saying
corner.
that, they can be pretty unforgiving at times.
So as soon as you put a little bit of weight on them, they,
Yeah,
especially that mat, is tending to hold.
hold with weight.
Yeah.
Another chance for Nathan. I think they'll get another end in after this.
Yeah.
It's on the right
There's
track
the
again.
green, yeah.
He's adjusted the weight too.
Oh, great shot there from Nathan.
Good enough for one. I reckon Steve will just draw this. He can afford to drop a one.
Yeah.
What a one.
Seals it up.
Oh
if
no,
he
he is
just-
drawing. Phew. He's on a very good track as well. If he just sneaks past.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yep. So that'll be 8-13 to Steve. Played 13, but I imagine this will be the last end.
Neil's getting his whistle ready to go.
Yellow whistle. North Island colours?
Go the North.
See if there's an update on Tim and Ken's game. There isn't now.
Tracy looks fairly stressed, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, good bowls from Nathan. It's 14-11 to Tim, so he's 3 up, and like we said, this will be the last end.
It's changed around, hasn't he? He was sort of down.
Must have
coming most way through that game.
Stepped up. But yes, like, you know, our little conversation earlier, while Ken may not have won a game yet, doesn't mean it's light work, you know. He absolutely will make everyone he plays work hard.
Yeah.
And, you know, even if he hasn't won a game yet, he can still affect the end result.
He wins one game.
Whether he ends up winning this game or another game, you know. Same for those other players. Liz, Brian, Nathan.
In this format, it just changes so quickly. You drop an end, you know, and that can affect your end result. Yeah,
I was chatting to the 1 to 5 year pairs champions, Jordan and Braden, and I think they lost their 3rd or 4th game, and being the round robin format as it is, I think they thought they were sort of down and out. A game or so later, they were informed they were in 2nd place, and they thought, oh, right, we better pull finger. And of course they did, and they came away as the winners.
They might even get one.
Tim looks pretty stressed in the background there. But he is 3 up. It's a pretty good buffer.
Camera's at the wrong end. We don't have the head.
Oh, look, it's moving. Thank you. We can see the jack now.
I'm just so intrigued in the whole setup side of it. It's just so many buttons.
Say a big thank you to Richard. And skysportnext. Yeah, absolutely fantastic coverage. I know that we've all enjoyed this. Look at Ken coming along. Don't know how many that's going to give him.
I can't quite see. Richard's
He's
trying his
really
best.
Well.
Oh,
Here we go, people. This is amazing.
Donald. You're in the way, my friend.
Yeah.
No, so he's holding one.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard for Ken to get through, but at the same time, he's not out of the woods, you know.
Good shot there from
That does make
Tim.
it extra hard. What if he went like, I don't know, into that orange, sort of the outside half-ish.
Fairly big weight and try and clear those.
Yeah, those blues could go. Even that one could end up going, although there is a bit of a gap to go through.
Have to be pretty
It's a bit of an outside shot, but sometimes you go into ends like this and you're like, there's absolutely no shot on. So it's nice to feel like you've got a chance, even if it's small. Look, he's eyeing it up. Oh, there you go, Ken.
Look at, good job, Ken. We called it.
Yeah, now we just has to play it and then we can say we're right. Imagine if this came off. That would be pretty cool.
It's all down to you. You called it. Tim does not look happy. He looks a bit stressed down there.
He can't watch. Here it comes. He's not far away. Oh my God, what happened?
Has cleared through. I think Blue's holding.
I imagined it with almost bigger weight than that. Yep, so that's another one to Tim. He goes 4.5 out of 5. So he is definitely the man to beat as it sits. And not far behind him
will be Steve.
French, and Kyle. So all of those 4, the top 4 in the draw, all won that round. So nothing changes. Maybe just some end count back.
Yeah.
We'll have a look. Although Steve was in like second place on a countback and just had a lot of ends, I feel. We just watched it on camera, so
Yeah, he did have quite a few ends, so he could be above ends.
Yeah, Daniel and Kyle also had good wins, but yes. Oh, now we're going over the interviews.
Okay, Steve, that was a pretty good result for that on that time, and against a young gun coming up of New Zealand.
Yeah, young Nathan played really, really well. He's going to go a long way. He keeps playing like that. He's got all the goods. There's no doubt about that. Just a little bit more experience. I did notice that time on that mat, obviously a different mat to what I played on earlier. It was just a touch quicker, and I think just a bit more responsive to shot play, and yeah, I think it just kind of suited me just that little bit better than earlier on in the day.
And the only thing this can do for Nathan is just up his level and up his for the game plans and game experience against, in a competition like this. Juniors is great. There's a lot of competition, but when he's up against some of the older people, more mature people, I should say, who've got a lot of experience behind them and everything, it can only be better for him.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's just about these young fellas getting out and playing the game, and as you can see with Nathan and other, there's other young juniors in Poverty Bay as well who've been very successful of late, and getting them on the big stage is the best thing for them, give them experience, and yeah, they're going to take a few knocks along the way, but hey, we've all been there, done that, and I guess you just come out stronger and better for it, and they'll prosper in the end, absolutely, yeah.
All right, good luck with the last two games, and it's getting pretty close, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's keeping it open.
Yeah, it's nice and interesting now, eh? So, we'll try and keep going, see what happens.
Good luck.
Thanks.
X marks the spot again there, Nathan. We've got to keep our little distance there, but found that mat a little bit different to the one you played on straight away before this?
Yeah, I struggled with the weight and the sort of green, so things didn't go out to plan.
Good experience today?
Yeah.
Yeah, playing against some of the old heads of the game who, have had that many years of more experience than what you've been on earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can only learn from this. I just want to ask you though, summer sport?
Cricket.
Okay, I'm just going to go along the line as that. I believe you've got a bit of a legend of cricket as your coach coming up this year. Do you want to name him?
My dad.
Your dad? He's not a legend. I thought there was somebody else.
Was it Lance?
Yeah, come on. Lance Cairns is going to be helping coach him. So I think that's going to be great too. You'll come well with that too, with having Lance as a coach, not your dad.
Nah, just Lance, yeah.
Okay, good luck for the rest of the day.
Thank you.